Hi guys, this is Shazam Blast again, and I'm going to show you the behind the scenes. Except this one's going to be a little different. See, the whole animation is already completely done. I'm just going to show you guys how some of these things work. Some of the scenes. So I guess if you're new to Flash, I guess I'll just tell you some of the basics. These are all layers. So you could make different pictures on different layers so that they're not like, it's easier to draw separate things. Like his mouths. I could draw them on a separate frame and I don't have to draw everything over and over. And then there's, let's see, there is layers. All of this right here are layers. When you see the dot, that's a keyframe. This is a keyframe. That means it's a completely different picture from the last one. Here, let me show you what's a better example. I guess the mouths work too. See, each mouth is on a different keyframe. It's a separate, different picture. Let's see, what else can I show you? Some of the tools, if you're going to be drawing in here, you're going to want to use the brush tool. The pencil tool is really stiff and it's not very good, to be honest. Here, let me show you like how it looks. I mean, it's very thin. Oh, let's use a better color. Let's use black. It's very thin. It always looks like that no matter how zoomed in you are, but it's really stiff at the same time. With the brush tool, you can be a little more free with it. And for the brush tool, you can also use the pencil pressure if you're using a tablet. It also has tilt. I'm not completely sure what that does, but I have it on either way. I don't care. This is for the sizes too. I usually go with the second one because it's a decent size. Plus, if you use the smallest one, sometimes it just doesn't make the lines and there's just gaps like this right here, and that's as annoying as hell. So I just go with the second one because it shows the whole line. For this animation, I did a little more tweening than I usually do. If you don't know well, you probably don't know what tweening is. It's when you don't do frame by frame. It's when you make one image and you just, what's the word? You just change it a little, like deform it a little. I did that for the zombies. What frame are the zombies on? Ah, this one. These right here are the zombies. So let's get rid of everything else and just look at those. See, all these zombies are exactly the same. They're all done with tweening. Let's open these up. And let's see. For the zombies, if you make them into a symbol, or yes, it's a symbol, you can go into it and do animation within the symbol. So all this is tweening. What is this, the arm? Yeah. To do tweening though, it has to be a symbol. The image has to be a symbol. Each of his limbs are different on a different separate layer, and I animated those separately. Yes, CC. I don't know. Okay, and the thing about being able to animate it within the symbol, so when you come back into the regular animation, it'll just loop with animation. Same animation. But if you can move it here, make a keyframe and move it, and then you could create a motion tween. And it'll have the animation that you've put within the symbol, but it'll move to the spot you've placed it at the end of the keyframe. Yeah. Of course, you can always do frame by frame, which is drawing each frame individually. I don't do that a whole lot because it takes forever. I think the only things I do that with is the lip syncing, but most of the time I copy and paste a lot of that stuff. Let's see. Yeah, let me just tell you right now, I'm using Flash 8. I know a lot of people ask what I use, but you can use basically any animating program you can find. You just need to learn how to use it. I don't know any other animating programs, but I'm sure you could find some free ones online. I know Flash isn't free and it's kind of expensive. I actually got my version from my cousin like years and years and years ago, so I don't know where you could find it. But I'm pretty sure you could probably buy Flash 8 for $50. That's pretty cheap. But I don't know if you have the money, I'd suggest going with something more up to date. I would like to get a more up to date version of Flash, but I'm fine with this for now. I'll just have to save the money to buy that. Let's see, what else can I show you about this? Oh yeah, something I do with animating. Let me see if I can find a good thing for it. Oh, here's something I can show you. See, when he pops in, a good thing to show is bounce. A little bounce because it doesn't make it look so stiff. It gives him a little bit of weight to his movement. See, oh, here's some frame by frame, his arm. There's a little frame by frame, FBF, whatever. And that too. Let's see, what can I show you? Where is that thing? There's something I want to show you. It's something I do because it's like a lazy trick for animating if you don't want to do all the in-betweens. In-betweens are all the frames in between the keyframes. Like, let's see. Where can I give you a good example? Like here. No. Oh yes, right here. This is a good one. See when Nova, he kind of squishes down and then turns to the other side? That's kind of the cheap way of doing the in-between. Instead of actually drawing him turning, you just kind of squish him down and stretch him up and then go back to regular size to make it look like he's got movement, but it's pretty much the same two pictures. There's not really anything in between it to show him actually moving. There's actually a lot you can do with sorry. There's a lot you can do with what do you call it, symbols. Like right here. This motion tween, I'm using it so that they zoom in a little. I'm using a Nova 2 so he zooms out. It gives a little more perspective, I guess. I just like the wiggle here. Let's see. You know what, let's just open a new one. Flash document. I guess I'll show you my settings. For my settings, I always have it set to 800 by 450, and the FPS is frames per second, how fast it runs. You can usually do it at 20, so that it runs faster, but it also looks smoother. And the background, I don't like having it plain white. Let's just take this. I just have it slightly blue. I just like it that better that way. And whenever I'm doing animation, I always do like a super quick sketch or whatever. It's always like super goofy or whatever. I like saying whatever. They're usually like super fast. Whenever I'm doing the quick rough, I always call it. The rough of the animation. Just doing stuff. And let's do F7 to do a blank keyframe. Oh, and let's see. There's onion skin. Onion skin. Onion skin is going to be your friend. It lets you see. Let's draw. Oh, let me draw a couple frames first. Just turn that off for now. Just draw some stuff right here. That's gonna look like poop. I don't care. And let's give him crazy hair. Let's empty this. Okay, whatever. And draw a couple more pictures here. I don't care. And one last picture. Oh, what should I draw? Let's draw a dick. No. I don't care. Don't care, don't care. Let's make it an angry cat. There, okay. If you use an onion skin, you can see all the stuff, all the other frames behind it. It's good if you're doing frame by frame, so that you can see the previous frame, and then you just do, so you can see the previous one. Then if you want to do motion, you just draw the next one. It's just, you draw little things very slowly. It's very long and slow process, and I know some people probably don't have the patience for this. Sometimes I don't have the patience for this, but I do it anyways. And then we draw one more, and he's going to be moving forward a little. Nope, those eyes are too big. And he's got some nasty stick body. He looks like a flower without the petals, kind of. And you can see he's moving. Kind of moving a little. Let's do one more, just because I want to. Actually, I'm going to have him fall. And his arm's going back, and he's going to go splat. Here. Here's something with animation I can show you. When something moves and suddenly stops, it's nice to do a squish animation. It kind of like gets big and stretches out a little when it hits something. Oops, I just smacked my desk. And it comes up a little. It does a little kind of bounce thing. Sorry, that's my chair. I'm not farting, I swear. And let's just put it like normal size. And there's arm, it goes down. And let's see how it looks from right here. It goes, eh. And he just goes, there. Let's play it. Yep. So it's like a basic squish kind of thing. Of course, you can go more extreme and just, whoops, what did I do? You get, why isn't this working? Okay, cool. You can add more frames and just like make the squish even more extreme if you want. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah. That might be a little too much, but I think you get what I mean. Let's see. Let's get rid of these. Oh yeah, that's my next animation I'm working on right now. I'm gonna have to get back to that as soon as I'm done with this. Let me see. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else you guys would like me to show you. Honestly, there's still a whole lot of stuff I don't know about Flash myself. I'm sure you could find some good videos on YouTube that tell you like a lot more about the stuff in depth. Like controls, you can use the test movie to see how it looks when it's all done. And this is taking a while to load, but I'll just show you it real quick. It lets you play the whole thing. Oh yeah, there's something I haven't shown you yet. So yeah, it's like that. There's scenes. It's like different scenes. So you could do completely different things, but it's all part of the same animation. So the title is just, and you can give it different names. I usually just don't give them names except for the title and the credits. Because I have the title and a completely different scene. The basic animation on one, and then the credits. I just like having those separate because it's easier to edit some of them. Of course, you could have the animation broken up into different scenes so that it's just easier to keep them organized or to edit some of them. Sometimes when it's all in one thing, it's hard to just do it or whatever. Of course, I have to do it all in one scene because otherwise I'd have to chop up the audio and I just don't feel like doing that. Because let's see. Oh yeah, there's audio too. You can, here? If you use import and import to library, you can import audio to your animation. And down here in properties is where you can find it's under sound. And you can just find these things. Yeah, there's a couple of these, but that's because I go back and edit it after I've already put it in here. And there's edit. When you're on audio, you can edit. This is where you can edit some of the sound. Sometimes I put it lower if something seems too loud in a certain spot. But otherwise, I mostly do it on Audacity if I have to. Because this only gives you so much to do here. Cancel, because I'm not going to put that in. And for audio, if you want to hear it while it's playing, while you go over it, you set it to stream. On start, it doesn't do that. It just plays when you hit it. Actually, when you start from the beginning, that's when it'll play, if you play from the beginning. Otherwise, you don't hear any of the audio. And stop. Here, wait. Let me stop.
Zombies! Oh god!
And now the audio won't stop. Okay.
Help! Help! Oh, what's happening out there?
There we go. Okay. Yeah. Stop makes it stop. Pretty obvious. I'm not sure what event does. I never use it, so you can probably find out on your own. And then there's repeat. If you need to loop something, some audio, you can use that, I guess. I never use it, so I'm not sure which one does here. If it's for sound. Let's see. Let me find. What is this? His head. Okay, let's just click. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a bunch of different symbols. You see, if you turn into a movie clip, you can do filters. It adds different effects to it, like blur. Go super blurry. That's good if you're doing fast motion or something. I don't use it that often. Probably never. How do I get rid of it? There we go. Okay. And there's other stuff. Drop shadow. And a glow. We should get rid of drop shadow. You can make it bigger, whatever. And you can lock it so that both of these are connected. If you raise one up, the other one goes up too. Otherwise, you could just have the glow come from one side or the other. This pretty much is the same with all the effects. I don't really use any of these that much though. He's got a poop face. Okay, let's get rid of that. And yeah. Oh yeah, the glass here, where is it? The glass frame. This is a symbol. And you actually use alpha if you want to turn down the opacity. Like how, if it's see-through or not. I have it down a little so that it kind of looks like glass and he's looking through it. You can also do tint, which changes the color. And all that. Or brightness, which is pretty obvious. Makes it bright or dark. And there's advanced, where you could do a couple of these different effects. There's alpha and then there's the color. But we're not going to do any of that stuff here. Let's just put it back on alpha. And let's see. When I'm working on the animations, I usually have it set so I can see the work area. If you have that unchecked, it just shows you the frame space, like what you will actually see when you play the movie. I like using the work area so I can see everything around it, everything that's outside and inside. It's just a little easier. Plus, it's nice to have some stuff on the outside, like reference pictures or colors I need. Although most of the time I just go back looking through old scenes for the colors I need. It's probably not the most efficient, but I don't care. And let me see. I don't think. Oh yeah, did a sketch. Sometimes it's good to do a sketch of what you want to draw before you draw it. Like, I always do that. I do the roughs, and they usually look pretty different from the final animation, but they're just quick stuff, so I know the gist of what I want to draw. And it's usually super messy and pretty minimal pictures. A lot of it's copy and paste too. I don't think there's much else I can tell you right now. I mean, nothing really comes to mind. But I'm sure there's a lot of good tutorials you could probably find on YouTube. I know there's one, what's it called? I think it's called HuHa 2 House or something like that. It's by Harry Partridge. He does some amazing animations, and the tutorials are actually really good. I've learned a couple of things from them myself. I could probably put a link in the description if you guys want to check it out. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you might have learned something. A lot of the stuff you could probably apply to different animation programs, but I don't know how those would work exactly. Anyways, thanks. Bye.